Hey, we're done with the kingdom and we're moving on to miracles. I heard Kingdom recap week went awesome with the stories that were told. Way to go. And this week we are going to start talking about miracles with the story of calming the storm. There are a lot of crazy things that Jesus did that were like raising people from the dead and healing people. But for some reason, when he calmed the storm, they were like, wait, he must be God. And the connection is that he had power over nature. And so we want to make that emphasis that Jesus is God, and that the way that they recognize that is that he had power over like all of nature, not just people. So sometimes now we downplay this story, but instead we want to emphasize that it's kind of a big deal. We're also going to have a story that Bree is going to tell about a friend of hers who had a similar modern day experience, and it was a story of him basically rebuking the fog and the fog rolling back, and it caused people to believe for the same exact reason. So that's kind of exciting. We're going to be doing miracles this week and the 3 weeks after that. You're going to be looking for leaders to tell stories of miracles at the end. So just like you were looking for people who understood the kingdom, right now you need to start looking for leaders that have experienced something that they would call a miracle. So start putting that out. And it could be either they experienced it or a friend of theirs. We're just gathering stories. And then the other thing you need to point out to leaders is that we need awkward photos of them from the high school and junior high years. The more awkward, the better. If they could scan them and email them to me or to Shook, that would be awesome. And if they can, if they just give them to us, we'll scan them and return them. But the easiest would be for them to scan. The other thing is that we have a few more spots left for Ichthus, so we don't want to make an announcement about that, but if you want to tell your leaders to tell your kids, we can squeeze in a few more, the first few people who get to us. In their pods, we're going to want them to talk about one thing, and that is, what is the one thing you feel like you can't ask God for? It's amazing that Jesus could control the weather, or that he could control nature, but we want kids to start thinking about miracles this very first week by provoking them to think about what's the thing they really have never thought about asking God for. This could fill up your entire pod time. We'd rather you ask one intense question, and we'll move on to them telling stories where they have experienced miracles another week. This week, just get them started by saying, what are the things you can't ask God for? So provoke them to provoke their kids. I think that is everything for this weekend, but we got some shenanigans for you after this. Thanks.
Your mom's so
Help me.
your mom's so ugly that
She.
your mom's so ugly that she I need my book. I have a your mom joke book. Your mom's so ugly that she delivered a pig.
The rhythm, if we need to go every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every month, how often we should Whoa, whoa. Whoa. What's going on? What's next? Did I ruin that?
Hi, Paul.
What? I'm getting rained on. There's a live cow that comes over. This is gonna be good.